everyone, welcome back to the garden. It's been a while. This Christmas, my brother-in-law was giving me a really hard time. He was like, oh, where'd Bree in the garden go? She's dead. And I was like, no, she's not. She's still here. So anyways, I have the week off of work and I've been spending most of the week inside just getting things done around the house. Boring to-do list kind of stuff. But today is really nice out. It's 50 degrees. It's the Thursday after Christmas, so the very end of December here. So I just figured, you know what? I'm gonna get out in the garden and spend some time outside, check things out, do a couple jobs, and just enjoy the beautiful weather outside. So yeah, I also got a few garden things for Christmas that I'll show you. Myself this Horonova netting because I never stake or net anything, and that can be a problem, and obviously I have big plans for this year, so I'm going to make myself try this and see if it makes a difference for some things. Also have this Agribon frost fabric. It is Agribon 50. I got this for myself as well from Johnny's. So I'll be starting some things really early in the spring, and we'll use that to cover them if there's a danger of frost. And my mom, who's also a gardener, got me this really cool Hori Hori knife. I got her one for Mother's Day or something, and I ended up stealing it and using it, so she got me one for this Christmas. Okay, so I had to go inside and change because it's really hot out here, especially once I started moving around. Also put a little makeup on because I felt really gross. Anyways, yeah, so the shed is really gross, really messy. At the end of the season, I guess I just threw everything in here and it's a big mess. So I'm just gonna start by doing some light cleanup. I'm not gonna go crazy because in the spring I will actually pull everything out, clean the whole thing, reorganize it all. So I'm just gonna move some things around so I can like get in here a little bit better, see what I have, and that's what I'll get started with. So on this end, earlier this fall, I planted a bunch of alliums here and some daffodils and some muscari. And I planted them here specifically, not in the landscape, because I want to pick them. And sometimes when I plant things like that in the landscape, I don't pick them because they just look so pretty. So that's what's there. The rest is just gonna get cleaned up and then I will expand it this way. Okay, a little change of plans. I got in there to start cleaning that up and I just decided to leave that as it is for now. I got some of the old chicken wire out of the way, but I'm just gonna leave that as it is. I think that stuff covering the ground will help, you know, just protect it over the winter and nourish the soil. So I'll clean that up in the spring. So I went inside and got all this cardboard that I've been saving. I'm happy to get that out of my house. But so now I'm gonna go through, kind of break it down, get off all the tape, any stickers, anything like that, so it's ready to lie down on the ground. All right, so there it is. I laid down cardboard and then I put some of these heavy pots I had on top of it to hold it down. I also put some landscape staples in every so often because I need to get a bunch of soil and some wood chips for a path in between the two rows I'm gonna have here. I do have a bunch of compost back there that I would like to use for this, but right now it's like all gross and muddy, so can't really access it right now. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna measure this and then go inside and kind of draw it out exactly how wide each row and the path should be, and I can adjust it as well since it's still a little temporary. But yeah, this will drastically increase my growing space and yeah, then once I measure it and kind of map out the whole garden, I'm going to make a whole plan for the garden, because I've got my rows back here. I've got all the raised beds there. I've got this new growing area. Got a little corner I plant some stuff in up there, and then I don't know if I'll get to it this year, but I have another garden planned for that area there. But I also need a new patio, so I'm not sure if it's worth doing that until I know exactly what the patio situation is going to be. So I'm gonna go have some lunch now. That's all I'm gonna do today. But the next couple of days are supposed to be in the 50s as well. So I might get back out here and do a little more cleanup. There's all sorts of stuff to do. I wanna clean out these tomatoes, and I'm gonna leave most of it, but there is some stuff I can do, and start sourcing the materials to go on top of the cardboard, because once they start to disintegrate, I don't want them like flying all over my yard. So the next day my dad came over and he helped me to clear out and get all the compost in this compost area turned over. You can see that there's some unfinished compost, and my dad is shoveling some of the finished compost that has been there the longest. We were getting down to the bottom of the pile and we found a little surprise down there.
Here we go.
It was a frog, super cute little frog. Yeah, I guess he was just gonna spend the winter in the compost pile. I felt kind of bad disturbing his home, but we put him back and hopefully he'll find a new place to spend the winter. So we took a break for lunch and the mailman delivered my geoseed order. Anyways, we got the compost pile all cleaned up. You can see here we sectioned it into 2 sections of compost that will be finished soon and can be used, and then some of the newer stuff which I chopped up, turned over, and here is the finished garden bed for now. So you can see that we've poured the compost all over the sections that are the 2 rows. I'm gonna get wood chips for the center aisle, and I'll trim and clean up some of the excess cardboard on the edge. So very excited that I'll have more growing space for flowers this year. Here's just a view from my upstairs window of the garden with the new beds. The next day I got my first seeds of the season started. I started 5 different types of Lisianthus, 2 different types of violas, some lavender and some rosemary, and Icelandic poppies. I've been keeping them misted every day with the humidity zone on them with a heat mat.